To the latest on the public corruption arrests in Omaha, the deadline has passed for attorneys representing Councilman Vinny Palermo, retired Omaha Police Captain Richie Gonzalez, and Latino Peace Officers Association Chief Fundraiser Jack Olson to submit a summary to the federal judge about why their clients should be released from jail before trial.
It was due at 5 p.m. The government argues that the three cannot be trusted and presented evidence, which the FBI believes indicates that they have already tried to tamper with witnesses and get rid of evidence from their phones. The federal judge in Lincoln has indicated that she will make her decision sometime tomorrow.
The judge has already ruled on the fourth individual in the case. That's retired Omaha Police Detective Johnny Palermo, who will remain in the Saunders County Jail until trial, which is months away at the earliest.